everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group, YouAreTheBroker.com, and Home Care Access. And I'm going to try to be quick today. A couple of nuggets I want to share with you before I leave. I got to prep and get ready to go back out of town tomorrow, so I want to make sure I put something together for you because I'm not sure when I'm going to have another video. But this is a nice little nugget I want to share. So first and foremost, you guys are online. You're an online scam. I tried calling your number multiple times and no one answered. Eric, did you try sending us an email? Did you leave us a message? I'm going to be honest with you, if we didn't pick up the phone, it's because my people are busy working. Probably answering a million and one emails. The quickest way, if you want a faster response, email us directly. Email us at jdavis@milliondollartransportation.com. It's the quickest way to get a hold of us. And if we're an online scammer, I probably wouldn't be reading your message because all the online scammers, they always sell you the get-rich-quick schemes and give you all the bogus, fake, phony, high-praise, 5-star nonsense. Whereas me, I don't do that. I'm cool with sharing your negative hater emails. I love them. You guys are an online scam. I tried calling your number multiple times and no one answered. Eric, here's the difference. Happy to be part of the community and thank you for the additional teachable videos. She's talking about the videos on our teachable account for our active UMTPG members. Joel is a wealth of knowledge. Looking forward to working with you. And I'm looking forward to working with you too, Trista. Even though I'm an online scammer. So anyways, quick question for you. Has anybody noticed a difference between when a businessman was in office versus a lifelong politician? I'm just asking for a friend. I mean, it's not, I don't know. I'm just asking for a friend. Does anyone notice the difference between when a businessman is in office and a lifelong politician? Yeah, about the same to me, I guess. I was just asking for a friend. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is because what I want to share with you, it's kind of, this is a diagram from a client provider, great husband and wife team, been working with them for a long time, but the broker arrangement in their state is changing. This one is actually working in his favor because they're increasing the rates, which is good, but it's par for the course, and I'm going to walk you through this diagram. Some of you who operate in his state, you may recognize it, but I had to block out some certain things because I got to protect my people and I don't share my people's info. But this diagram is very important and I'm going to walk you through it and then I'm going to explain why I'm sharing this with you. So as you look at this, this is the overall process for getting people. So the provider will submit a specific form to request. The transportation, the need for transportation is either going to get approved or denied. The approval goes out to the broker. The trip is then scheduled by the broker. The broker then assigns and schedules the trip to the transportation provider. The transportation provider performs the scheduled trip. The close of the billing cycle for broker processes the billing, transfer, vendor invoices. Transportation provider reviews invoice for needed adjustments, and finalizes by processing invoice cover sheet, then finalized invoices are received by the broker and billing, process the payment to the broker, then the broker reconciles payment received from the state, basically, and then they pay the transportation provider. I mean, again, this is very common, but again, I love this diagram because it outlines and underscores, it's a visual. I'm a visual person, I love visuals. This diagram, now think this thing through with me as we walk through this. This diagram clearly illustrates accurately all the steps associated with you, the transportation provider, how the trip gets requested, processed, approved, all that kind of stuff, how it falls on your lap, you perform the work, and then the processes that happen afterwards, and then you get paid. Now, think about everything that happens to A, get it approved, then you, the transportation provider operating in good faith, perform the trip. And then after you perform the trip, multiple things happen after it's already been pre-approved. You receive the info, you are asked to do it, you accept it, you operate in good faith, you complete the trip, and then after it, so many things have to happen to include, again, we'll skip down here to the transportation provider reviews invoice for needed adjustments and finalizes by processing invoice, cover sheet, finalized invoice, received by the broker. Within that process, trips are requested, approved, then you personally, you the transportation provider, you perform the transport in good faith, do a good job, all that kind of stuff. But then afterwards, everything is adjusted, audited. Wait a minute, back up. You, the transportation provider, you already operate in good faith. You knew what the trip requirements were. You performed the trip successfully. And you're telling me that after all that, pre-approved, you asked me, we perform it, everything is done, lock, stock, and barrel. And now we're doing basically an audit, a review, adjustments. Why are we doing adjustments? Then they go here for approval, then here for approval, the state, and then they pay the broker, then the broker pays you. Look at all these different steps. These are the types of things that bother me because first and foremost, you have to understand, and you guys who work with a lot of these brokers, especially the Motive Cares, aka Logisticrap, MTM, Southeast Trans, Access to Care, they are notorious for after you perform the trip, pre-approved, you perform it, everything's done, then they make adjustments. Well, we're not gonna pay for the whole thing. Well, you didn't dot the I, you didn't cross the T, so yeah, it was quoted as a $75 trip, it was quoted as a $130 trip, but we're only gonna pay 70% of it because you took a different route, you picked them up early, you picked them up late, you didn't get it signed, you didn't dot the I, you didn't cross the T. These brokers, you have no idea how much profit they make. There is such margin on these adjustments. This is why I love this diagram. It is a visual to clearly, for those of you who are newbies, for those of you who may not understand everything that's involved, pre-trip and then post-trip, this is a great visual for you to see where there's so many different ways for you to get screwed. For you to get screwed if you don't understand what's happening and you don't protect yourself. These brokers make so much margin just on adjustments. Trip was approved for 100, we're going to pay you 80. Trip was approved for 60, we're going to pay you 45. Trip was approved for 130, we're going to pay you 95, or whatever it is. They make so much money. You'll fight with them for a while. Oh, no, absolutely not. And then you got to prove them. And that's going to take you time. And you got to get this. And you got to get that. And then over time, they wear you down. They rely on wearing you down. Why do I bring this up? First and foremost, they're making a lot of margin. Second, again, we know it's an office. We know the difference between when the businessman was there versus this lifelong politician, the sleepy, creepy dementia patient with the cactus sidekick Medusa. Unless you live under a rock, we all see the current conditions out there. You can't afford nonsense. My question to you is, are you empowered through a mechanism like this when they pull these hijinks, when they pull their adjustments? You know what they're going to do. You know what they're trying to do. Are you operating from a position of strength? Are you vulnerable? You have leverage? All of this underscores, again, I'm going to say it 1,000,001 times. I'm not against working with brokers as long as it's profitable. If you anticipate, if you plan on, or if you're currently operating so that you're so dependent upon brokers, you're going to get screwed. Bottom line. I ask you now, while we're in the current climate with the sleepy, creepy dementia patient, with the cactus sidekick Medusa, 40-year high inflation, gas going through the roof, I ask you, these brokers who love their adjustments because it just feeds into their profitability, it's an asset, goes to their asset column. I ask you, under the current conditions, does it favor you or does it favor them? Are they offering to increase your rates of reimbursement with the current economic conditions, the rising gas prices, the inflation, the labor-related issues? Granted, I understand we didn't have these problems when the businessman was in office, but we do have them now. So I ask you, are you in a position, are these brokers, are they falling all over themselves to help you out, to give you a raise, to give you an increase in the rates of reimbursement? Do not build your house on sand. You got to build it on rock. That's why I will continue. Our current situation with the sleepy, creepy dementia patient, the cackling sidekick Medusa, underscores what I have been preaching for millions of years. You need to go after private pay and contracted work where you are empowered. You have the ability to go in, adjust your pricing and your rates as necessary because of increasing labor costs, increasing fuel costs, increasing maintenance costs, insurance, whatever it is. These guys make their adjustments because when they make adjustments, it positively influences their asset column, not yours. Not yours. I love this diagram for many reasons. Another quick note. I'm going to say this. This is someone that we just started working with recently, and I'm looking forward to it because, man, she has a heck of a background, a heck of her resume is awesome. She's going to be able to do a lot of good things with NEMT, home care. I mean, the sky's the limit with her because of her background. In reviewing the answers to the questionnaire we send out when we're doing one-on-one with people, they invested $7,000 on a website, and it is absolute trash. It is garbage. It is garbage. Any of you watching this, and you know I don't give names to other people, vendors, whatever, but this one I have to. At all cost, avoid Logo Genie. Avoid them at all cost. I believe they helped. They not only did her logos, but I think they were also involved in creating her website. She writes, your team was a tremendous help in finding a vehicle and insurance. The website has been a miserable experience. So Dan and Dawn helped her with the vehicle stuff before I started working with her one-on-one. Dan and Dawn helped her with the vehicle insurance stuff. But before she enlisted our help for one-on-one, she had a website built and just got destroyed. The website has been a miserable experience. We recently had to recrunch the numbers because we submitted a fraud claim with our bank. The company continuously solicited more money from us, and after we made it clear we wouldn't pay anything additional, the website was taken offline by quote-unquote hackers. They say they need $2,200 to bring it back online. We, of course, refuse and are now working to get our money back. The website is inoperational, and we could use your advice on getting a new site. Well, listen, here's the deal. The good news is she's enlisting our help. Our media team is going to pimp her out, make her look awesome and great for a fraction of the site. She mentioned in another email, basically she was using these overseas people. Look, when you do that stuff, you have no control over it. I know everyone, I could do it cheaper. I'll go find someone on Fiverr. You get what you pay for. I'm telling you, just please. $7,000, and they get held hostage if they don't pay an additional $2,200. It supposedly got hacked. In order to get their site back up, they need $2,200 more. It is just absurd. So if you're an active UMTPG member, your monthly membership, it already includes the cost of hosting, your URL if you don't already have one, your SSL certificate, SEO work, maintenance, all that kind of good stuff. And building out the website is what? Just below $1,000. and we're going to do a good job for you. Plus, we're going to do the free marketing material for you. So why do I say this? Not because I'm trying to be a hard salesman, but because, man, I mean, look at the headaches and heartaches that she's going through, her and her husband trying to get this resolved. And it makes it harder for us. It makes it harder on us. So for your convenience and savings, as well as our convenience, if you don't already have a website up, trust me, our media team will take good care of you. So think things through. Think things through. We are obviously in a incredible environment right now, incredible climate, incredible culture with the sleepy, creepy dementia patient, the cackling sidekick Medusa. Man, the days of the businessman. How much more money we all made, how much more money we all saved. It's like going to the gas pump. It's like more tax right there. I mean, it's like, man, if we could just roll it back, it's like getting a huge tax break. Going to the food. What is it? They said that wheat is up 70% or something like that. I saw on the ticker it's already up 70%. They're projecting food costs to go up by 50% because the sleepy, creepy dementia patient with the cackling sidekick Medusa is barring any imports, which is going to, if I understood it correctly, that means that fertilizer, a lot of fertilizer won't be coming over. So that means it's going to, they project that the food prices are going to go up by 50% on whole. Yada, 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 yada. It's all, it's just such a, I just love this stuff, man. I absolutely love this stuff. But the problem is it hurts a lot of people. I can weather the storm. God's blessed me. It's not an issue for me. But for many people, it's an issue. For many people, it's crushing them. It's crushing them. This is why I have said this entire time, I told you, January 20th, I told you what was going to come. The only way through this is to grow your way through it. If gas is going to go up, if food is going to go up, insurance is going to go up, labor is going to go up, you've got to make more money. That's the only thing you could possibly do is make more money. People who are working a regular job, working fixed income. My father-in-law who's retired and he's doing a spend down on his retirement investments, he's taking a beating as it is, and now I'm supplementing some of his monthly income. I mean, who's giving them a raise? Who's giving them a raise? The good news is, as entrepreneurs, we have the freedom, the flexibility, the wherewithal, the motivation to go off, build, grow, scale, diversify, and do what we want, do whatever's necessary to make more money. So craziness, crazy times for sure. I don't want to see you held hostage by these brokers, especially because nothing gets me more. You go off, you operate in good faith, and then after the trip has been completed, after the trip has been performed, it was already pre-approved, signed for, delivered, all that kind of good stuff. Then we got to make adjustments. Then we make audits. And then you renege on that. You told me you were going to pay $95 for that, but you're going to pay $75. You told me you're going to pay $65, so you're going to pay $45. Nothing gets me more than that. Empower yourself. Build your private pay and your contracted clientele. Build a strong foundation. If you want to do broker work, as long as it's profitable, then we do it. Follow those simple rules. When you do, I'll see you at the top.
Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go, Brandon. Hey.